that I play a very good soccer.
Mm.
Uh, when we are coming from the dressing room as a soccer player, I have not touched the page yet. Even if I touch the page, 5 minutes, I'm not going to match, and you start criticizing me that, oh, the man makes a lot of goal, the man is that this one. You don't do transfer aggression in leadership. We agree that oppositions should criticize us as ruling party because you will put out on the right trajectory to make good judgment. You will be able to put our feet on the fire so that we can come with moral in everything we do.
Mhm.
All right, but less entirely is in power, right? And you reaching up the this, right? And you say, oh, this can't be this.
Are some of the criticisms
This
genuine? Are they
it's not just
sincere?
like I listened to my former boss, Honorable Gray, and I feel he's a desperate for he desperate for popular opinion to shape in a direction, and which is wrong. I think Mr. Gray is a former statement, and he should be very careful how he makes his sarcastic statement on radio or on the public platform. You might be, a UV and an excitement. You cannot do that. I listened to the girls who took on the street at recent time in the name of protesting for their, spices or their
You mean
husband.
the AFL
The AFL,
wives?
I don't want to believe they are AFL wives. So they took on the street, moving from street corners to street corners. And it amazed me to see my former boss and honor leader, senior leaders of our part of the CDC, right?
Mhm.
Taking water to the protesters. It's not bad of giving water to protesters, but where you'll be able to tell them, Poro Black, do this one, go and are you killing me, Valley? This country, if the Unity Party was a party that was desperate for early arrival, and is this party, the Unity Party, was a party that have, a history of being very brutal and arrogant. We could have done everything to push Mr. Weir out in his first former vice president, former president out in the first 1 years because we have the arsenal, we have the intellectual capacity, we have the men. But you know what? Our party leaders, including our now president, right, Mr. Boakai, the president continues to say, look, the safety of the nation lies in our hand. Buddhists don't pick and choose. We don't need to criticize. What we need to do when we criticize and we have to find alternative, make recommendation. If I'm saying that,
So how do you want the opposition channel their criticism?
I listened to the chairman this morning. He was very fantastic. And let me appreciate the big brother Falo Mange. He's my very good friend. And
Oh, you mean the CDC legislative
the
caucus?
Falo was very emphatic on some of those things he said that they will work with us, provided he was genuine and sincere in what he was saying. And because the stabilities of this country, the ordinary Liberian people that voted for all of us, depends on the Unity Party, not the opposition. So whenever the Unity Party goes wrong, he will flag it out and stand by it and give an alternative. Whatever they go in the right direction.
You are saying criticism should come with recommendation.
What recommendation? How do I say that probably make mistakes on the radio if I cannot point out where are those instances that probably make mistakes? If I just criticize Vavle with all recommendation, I just feel like insulting Mr. Kamara. It's just I feel like insulting you. So criticism comes with recommendation.
Are you seeing that lacking?
Sure. In several instances, I listen to the boy who always do their Jose, the battle cry, the former expelled minister, assistant minister. I listen to him. Something want to criticize Boakai, who said a lot of things. He went on the radio. He could not bar the sympathy of the audience. In propaganda, you should be able to first convince the audience why this thing is wrong. But you come back, you say, Boakai, she only from 2005 up to current. It's good. that Mr. Bouaga should audit 2005 up to current. But what did you do when you were in power? Did you audit from 2005? You took over from Madam Salif. So anybody should audit Madam Salif, it should be you. But rather you grade us, our government. All right.
But that should not be an excuse for you, Steve.
No, it should not be an excuse. But you should be able to audit us. All right. You did not do that. But we are saying.
But do you agree that there should be audit?
I agree that should be audit from 1847 up to current. I agree. And I'm one of those, if I was serving government, if I will resign in the early stage of government, I will resign because if the people don't do audit, I'm very clear about that. If Mr. Bouaga is pulling money down, the vice president, the president is pulling money down, the president should be clear. In the first 2 years, if I cannot see a holistic audit, I personally will resign and I will send my resignation here. If I be appointed in government.
Why you should do that?
Because I don't want to be part of a spoil system. I don't. So if we want to send a signal to our international partner, if we want to say, look, we are different from these guys, it means that we should do the different thing. We can't continue to do the same old thing and expect a different result. It's not possible.
Okay, you're listening to the Super Morning Show this morning. Mr. Steve Kennedy is a representative candidate of in a ranking member of the United Party in Bond County. He's here this morning. We're talking about the county and other national issues. Before we take few calls, are you concerned about the fact that the audit is being projected as or misinterpreted as a witch hunt, and what will you advise your own government to do? Because when you start to do it like a witch hunt now, they will not gain its own momentum.
Vavli, I had an opportunity to sit with the current vice president a few weeks back. Vice President Jeremiah Bankun, His Excellency. In this month, I sat with him over 3 times. A serious national meeting. I have the opportunity to meet with.
How they sense from the kind of meeting?
I met with the president, and we have a long conversation. Look, Vavli, it's not about then. It's about the growth of our party. It's not about then. It's about the legacy of the party. We are not wish hunting anyone. If Vavli is serving as a manager, all right, they here for LBS. Vavli must be audited to prove he innocent. That everything he did here in accordance with the law. What's wrong with that? So Vavli will be audited when he leaves so that history can prove him right. We are not wish hunting anyone. We are not going with Sakaba boys to people horses. We are telling you that you got certain amount of money, you got certain material from government. How did you spend it? Come and tell us.
Okay, so let's take a few calls, Steve, because we have our next guest coming up very shortly. 07705818886, 080514096, 080514096, or 07705818886. Mr. Steve Kennedy is here this morning. Talking about the 55th legislature, how do you see them?
They are good. And from the look of things.
Let's take this call, Steve, and come back to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Vavli.
Good morning.
And according to your student, Steve Kennedy, this is Kushi Tete, and I call from the Ghana Bell.
Yeah, let's hear you, Mr. Tete.
Yeah, Vavli, I just want to say answer to my colleague in studio, and some of the things he has raised, they are very genuine. And concerning the caucus leader, the new caucus leader, and I trust the new leader ability. I work with Moyi for some time, and I know his ability in planning, executing, and his co-chair of Senator Johnny Page, and the Secretary General, who is a very young, energetic, and a guy who is very prompt to his decision when he wants to run anything. He run it with passions and a commitment. Yeah, so I think this new cover leaders will like she said, it should not be a lip service.
Okay.
We have to take Bone County to another level. If we should do that, we should do it with some
Okay.
level of commitment. Yeah, and
Okay.
when it comes to the many criticism on this government, and let's say I think it's too early. In modern democracy, when you criticize, you recommend, you provide a way forward, you guide. But I think it's just a transfer version. It's so early for that. Our democracy need to grow. People need to understand that it can't be a fallback because I defeated you. Yes, you serve. That was your period. You serve. Let them give at least 1 year to the government and let them sit.
Okay.
The government just hit the ground running. You see some things changing in the corridor. This is the Liberian kind of politics, so and we might change.
Yeah, sure. Let's hold you there and hear from this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Steve Adekola, and I call you from Ghana this morning.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Thank you for the show this morning, and thanks to your guest for providing some clarity this morning on this issue. There's one thing I want to stress on this morning that many times you hear journalists in Liberia will always ask the guests pertaining to the government about which fund. I don't know why it is that many times people think that it's a kind of wish fund, especially previous government officials who led this government, and they claim that by auditing there is a wish fund. We as Liberians should be prepared to do the right thing to set an example for tomorrow that any government coming into power will see this and will do the needful thing that the Liberian people want to do. Thank you for the show this morning.
Thank you very much. We're going to take this call and go back to our guests. Good morning.
Family, how you doing?
I'm fine. What's the name?
Steven Zone, Zulu Whiskey.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
If a honorable man is waiting for 2 years to resign, if the government doesn't audit, there are things he doesn't want to resign.
He said in the first 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then he doesn't want to resign because a transparent government that you say you bring it on board is waiting for 2 years to audit before you can resign. Then that government will not really audit anybody.
So what's the maximum? What's the maximum time for you?
As soon as they take 6, they should start the audit.
But it has already started. It has already started.
Yeah.
It started with three agencies. Government. Yeah.
He's supposed to say if the government don't do well with the central bank and or the 3 agencies they want to the audit, they don't do well on that audit, I will resign. Or for you to say I will wait for 2 years, then you want to resign. You just saying it for record sake.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Still, we don't have time, but you listen. They say.
Vavle, let me begin.
You should set the basis for this audit at the CBA or the NSA.
Let me begin saying to the callers that disagree with me and that agree with me, and that I appreciate all of you for taking off your time to contribute to this historical platform. But I think what they say, somebody say, "Oh, why I can resign in 1 year or in 2 years." I will not be doing just right to myself because they audit have done. When the audit is served, they send a courier. The person that they are auditing has the right to respond to the audit. Probably he doesn't understand the difference rudiments into audit, so I won't waste my time on that. The second issue has to do with I listened to your show this morning talking about Nesimoi, that she was wrong taking off the job. Look, Vavle, the advisory rule. When you are a board member for LBS, you are playing a pro bono advisory rule. You are never paid for that. And you won't be paid for that. A board sitting fee is not binding. There's nothing into the LBS budget that say board fees. They must pay a board member. No.
So what's the point?
The point is, Madam Nesimoi is representing the rule of women of Liberia. All right? So we should be grateful to the president that she comes from that sector and she playing her role to contribute. get married to Vavle Kamara, your wife will have an opportunity. If tomorrow she should serve on the board of any media institution around here, so people will say, no, Vavle is the manager of LBS. Her wife cannot be on the board of this community radio of this something. No, Vavle wife cannot cannot be on the board of LBS. No, marry a woman does not mean that she cannot work in any agency once you qualify. What about Funati wife?
Okay.
What about J Marvin Cole?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Steve, we don't have
Thank you.
time, but I just want to say thank you very much, and we look forward to having more conversation with you. Like I said, I don't know if you continue to keep in touch with the county, with the district.
I have started my thank you program.
Okay.
I've started reaching out to people who took up their time for voting for us and said thank you.
Okay.
And the governance of the district lies in Mr. Collihan. The peacefulness of the county lies in Mr. Collihan. But he is peaceful. He will not go after people that voted against him. Fine, we will land in good place.
Okay.
So a lot for him to reach out that we can have a genuine, reconciliation.
Thank you very much. Well, he's Mr. Steve Kennedy, a representative some other national issues. My name is Vafle Kamara. Next up, I'll be speaking with a US-based Liberian, Mr. Jared Dolo, who is very interested in agriculture and advancing agriculture.